Let's try to reverse engineer some of the pain and some of the triumph. You made it sound easy at times. Let's try to understand it better. Maybe when you were 7 years old. What do you think about the pain you've experienced there, losing your dad? What do you think, what kind of impact did it have on you? What kind of memories do you have of that time?
The best way I can kind of put it is that I just never knew what a dad was. I was young enough that I could kind of maybe repress or just even have the capability of remembering things long term. Because I know most people don't remember a lot from when they're young. And so I'm not exactly sure. I probably as at one of the best possible ages if I'm going to lose a dad to lose a dad. You know, if you're going to lose one, if you're 11 or 12, it's like a terrible age. That's what my brother was. And he fell into drug addiction and never got back out. And so I just kind of have more of like a fuzziness and just kind of a longing that I just wish I had a dad.
What impact did that have on your evolution, on your life, sort of having that longing?
I think that's why I was so bad socially, in the sense that I was looking for approval, right? Like something, I needed approval. I think a lot of people kind of desire that approval or that loving figure. And I just didn't have that. And so I think I just looked for it in everything else, right? Like if I was to psychoanalyze my actions during the time, it's not like I was actively thinking that. But yeah, I just always wanted something to fill in whatever that was I felt.
I think a lot of people listening to this will resonate with your experience in high school, like being the outsider, being picked on, struggling through a lot of different complexities at home. What advice would you give to them?
Man, the worst part about high school is that you're surrounded by a bunch of people your age and it feels eternal.
Yeah.
You don't think, like the people that are around you, you feel like are the people that will be there for the rest of your life. At least that's what I kind of like I thought. And I didn't really even realize this until many years later, that they are going to be some of the least consequential people in your life, which is very shocking to kind of think about, especially if you're in it right now.
Yeah.
Right? Like right now, they are everything that you're experiencing is your whole reality. And then one day it all stops. And then real life starts to begin.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's such a shocking thing. And if I could just tell myself that, maybe I would have been a much different person.
That's so beautifully put. I mean, it's like a trial run, you know, like at the beginning of video games, there's a little tutorial. That's what that is.
Yeah.
And actually that should be a chance to try shit out, to take risks, because real life will begin where there is more consequences after that.
Yeah.
Here you can, you know, if you like a girl, ask her out. Try shit. If you get picked on, hit that guy back. Try shit out.
I'm not going to condone punching another person.
I will. Beat the shit out of him. And take some jiu-jitsu and learn how to take him down. And then that girl that rejected you will be like, maybe I'll give that guy a second chance. Be a bad motherfucker. It's a chance to try stuff out. This is a very motivational speech for kicking ass.
It is true there. I mean, there is something very true about that I think, especially, I mean, I have no idea what the girls' experience of high school would be like. But as a guy, there's definitely a lot of like physical requirements in high school. There's a lot of physical measurement, at least where I grew up. I think that might not be true in all high schools, but if they're filled with boys, it's probably true. And so it's just like, yeah, it probably does help to do those things, to go to BJJ, to do any of these activities, because even if you don't ever kick someone's ass, just having some level of confidence in yourself is probably a very valuable thing. But just remembering that this is such a short, tiny moment in your life is just like a huge help.
I mean, the way you phrased it is exactly right. That's what it feels like, that these are the people that will be with you for the rest of your life. And this is the whole world. And so that means that there'll be just tremendous amount of impact if somebody picks on you, or if you fall somewhere low in the hierarchy, in the status hierarchy of this high school. That means you'll be low in the status hierarchy of the world, and you're fucked for the rest of your life. And that carries a tremendous amount of weight. It's just why psychologically it's extremely difficult to be. I think it's understated often by parents, by society, how difficult it is to be a high schooler, how difficult psychologically it is, how it actually makes sense that some people would suffer from depression and be on the verge of suicide. It's very, very difficult.
Yeah. I think it's even, people always say back in my day, blah, blah, blah. I think it's genuinely harder today than it's ever been, in the sense that when I was a kid, there was a qualification to people. meaning this is a cool guy, this is not a cool guy. Today, there's a quantification of people. You have 32,514 people following you. You have 12.
Yeah.
Like people can visually, they can inspect your exact social value on whatever platform you're on. And that has to be just so much harder. And I can imagine that there's a lot of just so much weight put on that it feels probably way worse and way more damning to be uncool because you have an exact number of how uncool you are.
Yeah, the challenge there. And the task, the quest, is to remember that just because your social circle on social media and in high school thinks you're uncool, it actually might mean you are cool.
Yeah.
And you need to find that cool and grow it and let it flourish so that when real life begins, you can fucking come out of the gate firing on all cylinders.
That's a great way to put it.
I think, if anything, high school is really bad at picking out the cool people. That whatever the system, the hierarchy that forms, it's such a basic bitch hierarchy. Like, you're good at very generic shit.
Yeah.
That's how you rise.
Your parents bought you an expensive car.
Right. Materialistic shit. Yeah, exactly.
It's a greedy search. See, they didn't have a proper search, so they're just hitting that local optima.
But the heuristic, I mean, even the objective function for that greedy search is just a really shitty one.
Yeah.
Where those people that win the game of high school are very often not going to be the people that win the much more exciting, beautiful game of life. So do epic shit and try stuff out. The weirdos are the ones that are going to succeed. The weirdos in high school, probably because they also get bullied and they get to be tormented more psychologically and get to explore their own mind and think through what it means to be a human being more. Because if you're winning in high school, you're not being challenged.
Yeah.
You're not self-reflecting. You're not trying shit out. So there is some degree to like being tormented as long as it doesn't break you.